Hello, and welcome to Life of a Boss, the podcast, hosted by entrepreneur, public speaker, and mentor, Jason Hardin. This podcast is all about helping audiences create and reach their own definition of success through positive thinking, perseverance, and personal development. Having survived extreme obstacles from an early age, such as cancer, poverty, abuse, family dysfunction, and even homelessness, Jason has learned how to master the art of resilience and defy all odds to become the boss he is today. So, get ready for some serious game and remember to keep an open mind. Now, without further delay, here is your host, Jason Hardin.
What's up, everybody? I just want to jump into it. Today I want to answer a question that I have from Edith, all the way from the UK. Like I said, we get a lot of listeners all over the world, and thanks to Princess Poku Ansa, a podcast host from I want to say Uganda. No, not Uganda. Ghana. She has a podcast in Ghana, and I feature on it so many times now, and I appreciate the relationship because I'm heard by people that I would have never been heard by before, and I'm reaching people in a way that's impactful because she brings me more feedback than my local podcast brings, and I appreciate every bit of it. And so I do what I can to answer most of her inquiries on air, and in an actual episode, because I do appreciate those that are in areas where maybe perspectives are limited, maybe input is limited, maybe resources and information is limited, not in the aspect of being able to get it on the internet, but rather the mindset to go get it, or even the knowledge of what to look for, what questions to ask. Because if you come up a certain way, you might think a certain way, and it might not even be in you to ask certain questions. So I love reaching people from all over the world, and I love getting their feedback because it helps me understand how much we are alike everywhere, how much we all just want to live our own definition of success, whatever that may be, and I love it and I appreciate it, and I do try to give back in any way that I can, and one of those ways being these responses. So to you, Edith from the UK, let me read your letter first. Dear Jason, thank you for your segments. I enjoy listening to you. You sound so real. I love it. I love it already. And I love that. I love your brand name. Fantastic name. I started a shoe business last year, and I panic sometimes because I feel I may make some mistakes that may harm my business. As a young entrepreneur, what are some mistakes I should avoid? Thank you, as always, for your time and the impact your brand is making, Edith, UK. Well, thanks again, Edith, for that question. Let me give you the short, easy answer first. One mistake you should avoid is fear. Being fearful can cause you more hiccups, more problems, more stagnation than anything. Panicking, that's also unbecoming of a boss. I'm just keeping it real. You applaud me for being real, so I want to be real with you. Panicking is not some shit we do. It's not some shit bosses do. I don't care if the shit's going to hell and high water. You better look like you're keeping it cool, even if you're not, even if you're stressing on your side. Just that whole demeanor is powerful. So sometimes when you start with the demeanor, you might have to fool yourself like, okay, fuck that, man, this shit is going to hell, but at least I got the demeanor. If that's the only thing going right for you, let it be, because panicking does not help you make wise decisions. Panicking will not work for you in damn near any situation. If you're in a car and something just rolls in front of your car, I hope you wouldn't panic. You know what I'm saying? I hope you wouldn't panic. I hope you would think, you know what I'm saying, and react with a conscious mindset, with awareness, and with some intent. Because when you panic, you don't know what you do. Panic people hurt people. Panic people hurt themselves. You know what I'm saying? So people that panic are not safe, effective decision makers, and damn sure ain't bosses, and damn sure can't run a business. You know what I'm saying? People that panic cannot run a business. You can't run a successful business panicking, worrying, and in fear. Anxious a little bit. You can be anxious. You can have some anxiety for what's gonna happen. You can be anxious a little bit. But try not to be fearful, and damn sure don't panic, because if anything, being a business owner off top is the risk. It is the biggest risk. Just saying I want to, even if you don't leave your job, even if you still have your job, so you can't, don't downplay being a business owner if you still have a job, because it's still important. It's still a risk. It's still time, energy, and money and resources that you're putting into it. So it's no less risky starting a business and still having a job or a career, or even keeping that job and career, because a lot of us want to do multiple different things. You know what I'm saying? Many of us don't want to do one thing for the rest of their life. I can't focus on one thing. I literally can't. The only one thing I can focus on is my wife. You know what I'm saying? Everything else is I have to switch up. I need breaks from fun. If I'm having fun, I have to go work. You know what I'm saying? I have to go work out. I have to go do something not fun. You know what I'm saying? So because it is what it is. It's life. We're hot. When you're hot, you need to cool off. When you're cold, you need to warm up. You can't stay at the same temperature forever, even if you could. You'd want to go somewhere warmer. You'd want to go somewhere cooler. You know what I'm saying? So even if you lived in paradise, you'd want to visit Iceland sometime, maybe. I don't know, but I know you want to change, and being an entrepreneur is all about welcoming constant change. The only constant in business, in the marketplace, is change. So if you're going to be fearful about things the way they are, then you're always going to be fearful, because things are always going to change. They're changing now as we're speaking. But that doesn't mean you can't keep up. That doesn't mean you can't run a successful business and not have things to worry about. Of course, there's always things that can harm your business, like you said. You're worried about things harming your business. And I'm going to tell you one thing. Whatever can harm your business is not going to stop because you're worried or you're panicking. If something coming to harm your business, it's coming. So it's another reason why you shouldn't worry or panic, because you're going to have to deal with whatever comes when it comes. So it's best to keep a level head. It's best to stay the course, and it's best to always enjoy that process. Enjoy the risk that you're taking when you pay for advertisement. Enjoy the risk that you're taking when you have a website built, or have a logo created, or have a product finally built and in physical, tangible form. Be excited when you spend a little money and don't know what that ROI is going to be, that return on investment is going to be. Be excited, because that is where the X factor lies. In the things you don't know is where the opportunities live. When you don't know something's going to happen, that's where it can turn out way better than you ever imagined. If you know you're gonna make $5, you pretty much know you're gonna make $5. But if you don't know what the fuck you're gonna make or what the hell's gonna happen today, but you know you put in your all, you know you invested in yourself, you know you put out some product, you know you put out some information, you know you put out some value, you know you did something. Then that's a great state to be in, because now only something can happen. Only something can happen. And when you deal with a hiccup, when you deal with a hater, when you deal with a critic, when you deal with a bad review, when you deal with some negative Yelp, you know how to come back. Because you're preparing to come back. You're preparing to deal with stuff. You're not preparing to be I don't even know what happens when you panic, because I try not to panic. You know what I'm saying? What do you do when you panic? What happens? I know stuff it doesn't go right, but what? How do you feel? I don't even know how that feels, because I don't panic. I stay cool because that's what bosses do. You have to be able to think. You have to be able to make decisions, and that's what it all comes down to. Are you in the best state to make decisions? And that's never in a panic mode. That's never in a fearful mode. That is never a time to make good decisions. And being a boss is really trying to always be in optimal condition to make a great decision. That's why we keep our minds healthy. That's why we keep our bodies healthy. That's why we stay up and aware on current events and technology and things that are happening that'll benefit our business, that'll benefit our products, that'll benefit our market, that'll benefit our customers. You know what I'm saying? That's why we can focus on what matters. When we're calm and collect and we're secure and we know what we can control, we can control. What we can't, we can't. We're okay. If you're panicking over anything you can't control, stop panicking, because you can't control it now. Seriously, you can't control it. You can't do nothing about it. If you're panicking because night's gonna fall, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you to stop panicking, because night's gonna fall. Now, what you do when it falls, man, that you have control over. That's what you can do. That's what you can make happen. And I want you to understand this, because fear will kill your dreams. Fear will create haters you don't have. Fear will have you afraid to make moves, afraid to talk, afraid to put information out there, afraid to put out a product, afraid to show somebody something. Fear will have you just not being effective. So no matter what kind of business you run, and the shoe business is definitely I'm not going to say a risky business, because all businesses are risky, but the shoe business is definitely, I can see the research and development. I can see all the investment of time and resources that can go into it. So I'm not downplaying how much you might have on the line in your business, but I'm going to downplay your fear no matter what it is. Unless you got a hitman coming for you because you're making shoes. You know what I'm saying? I'm downplaying your fear. You shouldn't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Be excited. Trade in your negative emotions and feelings for positive ones anytime you need to. Every time you need to. As soon as you're afraid, man, get excited. It's the best time. Your adrenaline's already up. Heart rate's already going. Get excited. Think. Come up with ideas. That's an optimal time to plan, when you can think and do almost anything. You can do a lot of things when your adrenaline's going. So try thinking. Try getting excited. Try getting happy. Try getting pumped and amped. That's what you do to fear. Trade it in for something better. Because something better is going to work for you. Another thing to avoid is taking too much time on your different hiccups and barriers and challenges. Don't stop your whole business because one thing isn't working for you right now. Because one thing is hanging everything up. Because one thing is stopping the process. That's a good way to let a dream die or a business hurt. Keep moving. Because I'm going to tell you, if you're waiting on one thing to happen, but you're moving while you're waiting and you're doing a lot of other stuff while you're waiting and you're just overloading your business with good things and motion and momentum and activity, whatever you need is going to happen is going to break sooner or later. And then sometimes you might not need it at all. If you put in enough work wherever you can put in work while waiting on something else, you might not never need that something else. Think about it this way. If you get rich putting in work somewhere else, you might not even need for that $5,000 to come through. You know what I'm saying? You might not need whatever the hell you was waiting on because you hit the lotto, because you worked your ass off and you put yourself in motion and you did some things to help your business while you were waiting. That's what I'm talking about. Do not spend too much time waiting for any one thing to happen. Always stay working while you're waiting. All right, now those are just a few tips I got for you, but those are so immense. Like you really have to develop those and internalize that and just make that a part of who you are now. And it's not. I'm gonna say it's not hard, but it's not simple. I mean, but it's not hard, but it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard because you know what you got to do, but it's not easy because it still involves change. It still involves changing triggers and changing emotions and changing feelings and changing the way we were wired and programmed sometimes. Sometimes we were programmed to be fearful of all kinds of things. We just had parents that were overprotective, or we grew up with a grandmother who didn't let us go outside or talk on the phone or do anything. You know what I'm saying? That could happen, and I'm not saying that you know what I'm saying, that we're not developed to be fearful or to be so cautious, or, you know, because some of us are. But even then, if we're trying to be in the business, of creating opportunities, if we're trying to have a life that's really meant for us, we have to let that go. We have to come up with our own set of shit to be afraid of. And really, there's nothing to be afraid of, because whatever there is to be afraid of, it's already going to happen. It's already dangerous. It's already can kill you. If you're afraid of a poison that's deadly, it's already a deadly poison. If you're afraid of something that can kill you, it can already kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can you do about it? How can you prepare? How can you change? How can you pivot? How can you move? How can you capitalize? Capitalize on what you're scared of. A lot of people were afraid of the end of the world. What did some of them do? A small percent of those people that were afraid of the end of the world, they became doomsday preppers, started selling doomsday kits and bomb shelters and all kind of stuff like that. They capitalized, and I'm not knocking them. I'm not knocking anybody that looks at the market, sees where it's going, and makes some money. Because it's gonna happen. The point is doing something positive, doing something constructive, doing something legal, providing something of value. That's what you want, what I want to do. And it works for me. It helps me live and sleep and enjoy life. But one thing I can't ever do is panic. One thing I can't ever do is be fearful. I mean, it'll ruin my day. Panicking will upset me. Why would I want to upset myself? And why would you want to upset yourself, Edith? Anyway, I love y'all, man. Thank all of you who listen, man. Thank you, Princess Poku Ansa, for everything you do for all your listeners, for the value you bring to people that I would probably never reach otherwise. And, man, I love all of y'all, man. Continue to listen to Life of a Boss, the podcast. Man, check out lifeofaboss.net. And just join us, man. Follow me on Instagram, Hardway Hardin. Follow my products, Made_in_Dina. Follow Life of a Boss, the podcast on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook at Hardway Hardin, man. Follow the Facebook page. Join our group, Life of a Boss, the podcast group on Facebook. Stay in tune. Stay engaged, man. Ask me questions. And I swear I'll try to bring you some value in any way I can, man. I love y'all. And remember that success is indeed a lifestyle. Peace.
Did anything stand out to you in today's show? If so, let us know. Your questions, comments, and concerns are important to Jason, as he is determined to always deliver to you only the most impactful information and content. Until next time, please subscribe, like, comment, share, and leave a review whenever possible. You may visit lifeofaboss.net for more episodes and great resources to help you become the absolute boss that you were meant to be. You can also follow Jason on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Hardway Hardin. Thank you. And to never forget that success is a lifestyle.